ladies and gentlemen. It is a lovely day, as Doug intimated, but we're happy to be here in the dark, actually. That was Americans We, the march written by Ohio native Henry Fillmore, so we tend to enjoy his music. I have to tell you, when I travel around the country guest conducting, I will almost always do a Fillmore march to take just a little bit of Ohio with me wherever I'm conducting. Not sure if they appreciate that or not, especially when I'm in Michigan. We're going to continue with a new arrangement called Mary Poppins Returns. And I don't know about you, but I have been a fan for many years of the original Mary Poppins, but I was pleasantly surprised when Mary Poppins Returns came out with Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda and some really wonderful cameos. If you haven't seen that movie, I would highly recommend it. The music's terrific. It's not the original, but it's really close. So please enjoy Mary Poppins Returns. there's a gentleman that I know who was a longtime band director at Troy University in Alabama with a big, thick, wonderful southern drawl. And he said, he used to tell his students, music should be F-U-N fun. And I think he would have liked that piece. It's just a lot of fun. So if you've been with us for a while, you know that the Heisey board a couple of years ago approved the opportunity for my graduate students at Ohio State who are studying conducting with me to guest conduct a number. So we assigned, I have 4 graduate assistants, 3 doctoral students, 1 master's. So each of them has been assigned to a concert this year, and this concert is a first-year DMA student who I've known actually since he was in high school. He comes to us from Syracuse, New York originally, with undergraduate degree from Boston University and a master's degree in conducting from James Madison University. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Shawn Davern. were having a discussion as we were working on that piece. Is it Leroy Anderson or Leroy Anderson? And it is Leroy Anderson, whoever shouted that out. If there were a prize, you would have just won it. But we hear it pronounced incorrectly often, don't we? Especially around Christmas time when we hear sleigh ride a dozen times, well, a day. Give me a moment, I'm going to grab my score. This next medley of Glenn Miller tunes is really terrific. It's a very authentic arrangement by arranger and composer Warren Barker. Here are the tunes it includes: In the Mood, Moonlight Serenade, I've Got a Gal in Kalamazoo, which has the greatest initial lyrics, A, B, C, D, E, F, right, and then I Got a Gal in Kalamazoo. How cool is it? Serenade in Blue, Little Brown Jug, At Last, and Anvil Chorus, all in one medley. So, worth the price of admission. In the Miller Mood, arranged by Warren Barker. If you like Glenn Miller, you're going to love this piece. So if you're a fan of drum and bugle corps, you've probably heard that tune. And even if you're not, you've probably heard that tune. Maybe the Stan Kenton Band's version of that tune. Malagueña, very popular Latin tune, done in a wonderful arrangement for a concert band by Sammy Nestico. We're going to continue with a piece that is written by a relatively local composer. Mark Meuser was on the math faculty at Gahanna Lincoln High School for many years. Go Gahanna, go, what is it? Lions, that's it, yeah. Mark introduced this piece to me, arrangement that he did of an Irish tune, and we're pleased to present the second performance of this piece. Mark, if you're in the audience at the end, we will ask you to stand. I don't know if we can get the house lights up so we can see you, but we would certainly like to recognize you at the end of the piece. This is Rondo on an Irish tune by Mark Meuser. Thank you, Mark, for that composition and for sharing it with us. Appreciate it. We're going to continue with a nice medley, again by the arranger Warren Barker, who did such a nice job with his arrangements. God rest his soul. You know, he was an interesting guy. He wrote the theme to Bewitched. Right? So his name is all over the place. He was a really, really talented composer and arranger. This arrangement has so many tunes, I don't think I can name them all. Irving Berlin wrote so many wonderful tunes, and you will know probably every single one in this medley. Sometimes it's only like 4 bars of a tune, so you got to pay attention. But this is a tribute to Irving Berlin as arranged by Warren Barker. we all know that, but then you hear all those tunes strung together in a medley. Oh yeah, he wrote that. Oh my goodness. That's impressive. So if you can't tell, we've kind of moved into the patriotic portion of our program. And this is some music that we will repeat this summer for the July 3rd fireworks event outside here. So we would invite you to that. Bring your picnic basket and the grandchildren and have a wonderful time. Always such a great event that the city puts on out here. We're going to continue then with Fanfare for the Common Man, which is, of course, by composer Aaron Copland. The arrangement is by Robert Longfield. The original, of course, for a brass ensemble only. This is arranged for the full concert band by Robert Longfield. And in many ways, the Fanfare for the Common Man is almost a second national anthem. It's just associated with patriotic events and patriotism. Written, interestingly, for the Cincinnati Symphony. They had commissioned 10 composers to write 10 fanfares in the 1940s, and this was one of them that has completely endured, as I'm sure you're aware. So this is Aaron Copland's Fanfare for the Common Man. Still gets the goosebumps going in peace. Speaking of goosebumps, the next piece we're going to do is actually a musical accompaniment setting of the Gettysburg Address, the short address that Lincoln gave during the Civil War. I just finished reading an amazing book by John Meacham called "And There Was Light" by John Meacham about Abraham Lincoln, and it's quite an amazing piece of literature. If you're interested in American history, I would recommend it highly. Won the Pulitzer Prize, so I guess that helps. I'm a big Audible guy. I listen to my books as I go into work and back. Man, that one I would sit in the parking lot and just keep listening, you know. Wouldn't want to go into my office. So we're going to do a piece that the composer has titled "A New Birth of Freedom," obviously a line from the Gettysburg Address. And we have one of the finest narrators, literally, in Ohio. I kid you not. He's a former band director, retired now. Please welcome to the stage Joe Galvin.
That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
While Joe was absolutely the star of that show, I want to recognize a few of our soloists on flugelhorn. Yeah, here we go. Horn, oboe, and flute. Would you stand, please? It's my pleasure, actually. I want to recognize some members of the group for whom this is their last formal concert with the band. They're moving on to other things, and we're just grateful for the time that we've had them in the group. First, Elizabeth Ferguson. Libby, would you stand, please? So Libby joined the band in June of 2022. She's married to my third-year doctoral student who will be graduating in a couple of weeks, Dustin Ferguson. Libby has her doctorate from the Arizona State University in clarinet performance, and we've just been delighted to have her as a member of the clarinet section. She's played 11 concerts with us. Thank you, Libby. Owen, would you stand, please? Owen is in our clarinet section. Owen actually joined the band in 2021 in the fall. He is a graduate of Licking Valley High School, so he was with us during his senior year at high school. He's played 12 concerts with us. So he graduated a year ago from high school, took a gap year, and he will be attending Yale University in the fall. John Vanderhoff, would you stand, please? John has played 14 concerts with us. He's been in the band since 2019. John was an undergraduate at Ohio State University, played in my group there. And so he's been with us a total of 5 years. And we thank John for his time in the Heisey Wind Ensemble. Thank you, John. Roger Hathaway, would you stand, please? Roger Hathaway has been with the band for 36 years. He joined in the fall of 1988, just 3 years after the band was formed. He's played a total of 146 concerts with the Heisey Wind. Roger, we're just so proud of you, and we're just so grateful for the time that you spent in the Heisey Wind Ensemble. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to conclude our concert with the National March, The Stars and Stripes Forever.
Jenny can't be too